Hey, it's Eric G from Around the House. Quick favor. If you're enjoying the show, the absolute best way you can support us is by leaving a quick review on your favorite podcast player. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you're listening to. It literally takes 30 seconds, and here's why it matters so much to us. Those reviews help new listeners discover the podcast. Tell the algorithms we're worth recommending, and give us the feedback we need to bring you even better episodes. More of the topics you love, and guests that actually move the needle for you. That helps us help you. It's as simple as that. So if the show's been useful, funny, or just made your day a little better, pop over right now, drop a star rating, and a couple of sentences. We'll be genuinely grateful. Thanks for being a part of the Around the House crew, and let's keep that conversation going.
Producer Jim here with a challenge. You've got a phone in your hand right now. I know you do. So open your podcast app, find Around the House with Eric G, and smash that 5-star review. Takes less time than picking out paint, and it helps homeowners everywhere find the show. If it's funny, we might even talk about it in the show. Rate it, review it, share it. Done? Great. Back to Eric. Ready to turn your house into the home you've always dreamed of without the headaches or huge bills? You're tuned to Around the House, the nation's #1 home improvement radio show and podcast, with expert advice that's helped millions tackle everything from remodels to repairs. Hosts Eric G. and John Dudley have got you covered with the best advice and information about your home. Now, let's get this hour started.
Welcome to the Around the House show, your trusted source for everything about your home. Thanks for joining me today. As you can tell, we got Wendy Glaister back in, and we are going to have a good time talking about vacation homes. And Wendy, thanks for coming back on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And I love this topic. I love fun vacation home front.
These are fun. I did my own a few years ago, and it is a lot of work, but there are so many things that you have to take into account. You have a lot of things to consider, from the whole family using it, as well as if you're going to Airbnb.
It is involved, especially if you want to rent it out. But I think it is kind of a fun business model for designers to consider. My friend back used to, Debbie Daly, and she and her husband, Jamie, have a really cute little place called the Clementine House. It's kind of like a branded experience. Go live like a designer for the weekend or something.
That's cool. That's cool. It was condemned and destined to be torn down by the city if the owner didn't fix it or sell it. So that was its own big project, because we reframed probably 60% of that house, but we won that one in the end.
That's good. I'm glad it came to a happy conclusion.
Oh, yeah. But are house projects ever finished, especially when you've got a vacation home?
Well, you have to go into it knowing that, though. I shared with you guys a little bit on and off about my husband, Mark, but he thought when we bought our cabin, you buy the cabin, sure, you weed whack once or twice a year, you keep it clean for fire, and it's just a fun, happy place to go. But it's the mountains, and it gets snow, and it gets inclement weather, and it gets all this stuff. So there's the deck, the railing, and the roof, and the this and the that. Things break, things burst when it's too cold. So it's not exactly the idyllic thing that he envisioned.
Kind of like owning a boat or an RV. They're expensive, and they're never as easy as you thought it was going to be.
But boats and RVs decline in value once you drive them off the lot, and vacation homes can increase in value and equity. So that's something.
Yeah. But you can't take a vacation home on the ocean and fish off it.
True. It just depends
So
on
let's talk about the true meaning of value here, because I'm going to fiercely disagree as a sailor myself and a previous rental owner of 14, 15 units, various properties. I would never do that again. I would buy 100 boats.
Were they vacation, John? Were they like
just saying.
Little vacation homes, or was it like a full-time renter or residence kind of thing?
We've known each other a while, Wendy. Do you think, honestly, I ever take vacations?
So they were full-time residents.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. I agree.
Yeah, there were rentals, but to speak to the maintenance piece of it, it was never. it was never ending. And with a vacation home, you can be smart about it. And I think the thing you develop with a vacation home is a routine. So it doesn't become so much work because you just got the punch list every year. You go out there in September, wrap all the pipes, put the blanket over the house, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Very different than somebody punching holes in a water heater. You're like, really? How do you even do that?
So one thing I noticed too, and it's depending where the house is located. Our house is out on the beach, and that tears everything up. And you can't just go put regular light fixtures in or exterior hardware. It has to be stainless steel or something that's got some kind of a lifetime coating that will take it. If you go down to your favorite lighting store and go, I love these lights for the outside of the house, and walk away, in 2 years, they're rusty if you didn't get the right marine grade stuff.
Yes, that's important. To John's point, it is like buying a boat. If it's buying the ocean, it is like buying a boat. And it's going to need that level of maintenance. You have to be prepared for that. I mean, it really kind of depends on your attitude toward maintenance too. It's a lot easier for me to do maintenance at the cabin than it is to do those chores at home for some reason. It feels like I'm playing house in a little playhouse thing at the cabin, and at home it feels like drudgery.
Eric, me and Roger had both, Wendy. We had a catamaran and a house in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And every time you went down there, it was like, what are you doing? Well, we got to work on the boat and we got to work on the house. But with sufficient margaritas, none of it was work. You're like, this is fun. It was all play. Yeah, big difference. It does change your attitude when you're working in that environment. It's like, it's like playing house, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think technology these days has made it a little bit easier because you can put cameras on the outside of it to make sure it's okay. You can have some cameras or some sensors inside to make sure that the temperature's okay and that you don't have a water leak going or some of those things that can save you some effort, some exhaustion, and give you a little peace of mind in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Pick a good neighbor.
Yeah.
That too.
Pick a good neighbor. That's important.
It is.
She lives behind our cabin, so we're really grateful for him. But yeah, like Moen has this great system where you just install it under every wet location, every sink, every toilet, everything. And if there's ever a problem or the water meter goes crazy, it shuts the whole system off, so you don't have. Because that is a worry in the wintertime is those leaks, or even just building up too much pressure during the summer. If you're not there enough, it can pop. It can be very frustrating. So those things are helpful, and an awful lot of money. And in fact, a lot of insurance companies are requiring of that now because they don't want to throw water damage.
I was going to say, it makes sense. That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it?
It is. But, and I got a real world on that one because my buddy William, who's my tile guy, he works for Ardex. Great guy. We had him on the show recently. And the thing is, he had a house that was outside of Portland here up on Mount Hood. And one morning he got up right after we had some power outages and some windstorms and some freezing stuff. And he goes, he had a camera inside just for security. And he's, oh no, what's flickering around in there? Oh, it was water coming through the can light because the pipe busted upstairs. And so he had to jump in his truck and drive up there in 2 hours. And unfortunately, by the time he got up there, everything was soaked. Turned it in on the insurance company. So, water damage, it was legitimate. He had as good an insurance policy he could get for that. There was so much water damage, and it was natural wood on the inside and stuff, that by the time they got the place dried out, he had used 85% of the budget for the repair. And so it got really expensive because they used it all up. So my advice is for people out there that are doing this, have some great conversations with your insurance company as you do this so you can make sure you have the coverage, because if you're adding 3 hours of travel time to every construction day, that's going to get expensive and blast through that budget. So it's something to have a discussion with when that time comes.
Yeah, that's a great point. And anytime I do something at the cabin, I always bring the team up from home because you're not sure who you're getting up there in the wilderness.
Yep.
It's mountain time. It's different.
I tell you what, it's like at the beach, same kind of thing. Those contractors down there, really nice people, but holy smokes, they work on their schedule, and it's a 1.5 upcharge from what it is in town. So it's expensive, and they know it.
That's Mexico, but it's half the price and 3 times the time to get something done.
Yeah, I get that.
Mañana. Dude, it's been mañana for 3 weeks. Come on.
Sushi day. Nobody's coming. It's like that now, too.
Same thing. Absolutely. So, Wendy, I did see your story in Designers today. Congrats on that. Talking about this. What are some of your takeaways from that story?
There's so many fun things if you're in a position where you've been blessed and can do a vacation home. Lots of different considerations. Is it just going to be for you and your family? Are you going to allow friends to rent it? Are you going to put it on an Airbnb?
Make sure and follow us on social media. Just look for the Around the House show. We will be right back with more from Wendy Glaister.
Hey, it's Eric G from Around the House. If you're a painting contractor, you already know 2 ways you're losing money. Somebody wants a price to paint the living room, can't find one on your site, and calls the next guy. Or you drive across town to bid the job for somebody who was never going to hire you anyways. Price Clicker puts real pricing right on your website. Interior, exterior, cabinets, whatever you do. And no AI. No computer guessing at your margins. Your numbers, your rules. Same answer every time. Check them out at priceclicker.com. Hey guys, it's Eric G with Around the House. If you're looking to upgrade your home with beautiful stone, check out Evolve Stone. This premium composite stone veneer is proudly made in the USA. It's lightweight, cuts like wood with ordinary tools, and installs fast with a finish nailer, giving you that high-end masonry look on siding, fireplaces, feature walls, outdoor kitchens, and more. It stands up beautifully to UV, freeze thaw, and tough weather anywhere. We just celebrated their fantastic Made in America heritage in our latest episode, so make sure and go back and listen. You'll love it. Right now, use promo code ATH26 for a free sample sent right to you. Visit evolvestone.com today and tell them Eric G sent you.
What's up? This is Sticks Adenia.
And Satchel from Steel Panther. And you are listening to
Around the House with Eric G.
Yeah.
We love Eric G, and you should too.
Welcome back to the Around the House show. If you are new to the show, check out our newly expanded website at aroundthehouseonline.com. Now let's get back to the discussion with Wendy Glaister about vacation homes.
Are you going to do a branded experience like Debbie Dingley and her husband Jamie do with the Clementine House? You can charge almost 40% more a night if you are a named designer and you have a vacation rental. So it really does pay off, but there is a trade-off, like in everything else. Certain things will be damaged and you need to replace certain things, and you have to be just okay with that in your heart. So you don't put things in there that are so precious that if they're damaged, you cry. And that is really the reason why my husband and I never rented out the cabin, because it was just so much fun for me to put together. And there are so many beautiful little things that mean something to me that I don't think I could rent it out, honestly, which is terrible business. And I realized that I may be asked to change my
Nah, back you. I'm going to back you 100% on that. We stayed in this little cabin in Santa Elena here, and it's up in the mountains where I was with 2 down jackets. Remember?
Yeah,
Eric?
Johnny was doing the show with 2 down jackets. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, so freezing once you get used to this. But it was some hippie lady owned it and had just tricked it out with. And then the guys right above her, her neighbor, were glass blowers, and so she had blown glass pieces and a million little plants in handmade pots and painted and that kind of stuff, right? It's like your fort. You don't just let anybody in your fort when you're 12. You're like, no, man.
That's exactly right.
It's sacred ground. And so, yeah, I mean, at some point, the money is not an issue, and renting out is just more problems. And somebody's going to break something you love. And it kind of takes away from that, this is my space, my magical kingdom thing. And I don't think the money makes that worth it. I think that feeling you get when you go there is way more important than any kind of revenue you might derive from it's a vacation home. It's magic. It's supposed to be magic.
Well, then on top of that, Johnny, you get the places around here that counties or whatever limit if you can even do an Airbnb or a short-term rental. There are so many different things that are happening for licensing and who's grandfathered in and who's not. Is it a license that's attached to the property, or is it something when you go to sell it, it can never be one because they've said that, okay, you're licensed, but once it sells, they're never going to put one back on it again. So there's so many different things of rules and regulations. And to your point, Wendy, we had renters down at our place down there, and you see people all of a sudden they're smoking on the patio and there's no smoking and there's all that. And then we had one where it's a mid-century house. We had this really cool, in the breakfast nook, we have a very cool, beautiful yellow Formica metal edged dining set, kind of the old boomerang stuff, which really cool with the yellow matching chairs. And we're looking on the cameras and the guy's limping because he's got a foot in a boot. And I don't know, I'm going to take a shower. And she goes, oh, we'll just take the dining room chairs and put it in the shower. And you can sit in there. It's wrapped in plastic. And we were horrified. And it looks like they never did it because I think the chair didn't fit, but they were trying to. Here's
the thing too, right? You're talking about one rule breaker who thinks, they won't notice if I smoke on the porch. But
and then there's
you got to count. You got to count on 75% of the people are going to think, oh, they'll never notice, right? After 75 out of 100 visits, I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the hard part. And some of these things are crazy. We have that at that Cannon Beach house. The city of Cannon Beach says that if you have a rental property that you rent at all to anyone one time, then you can't have a fire pit on the premises. If you don't rent, you can have one. So the neighbors on each side can have their own fire pit. But because we rent at one time, we're banned from having a fire pit. And it's just crazy, some of these rules. And I'm like, but the city who owns the RV park has them there. And that's way more flammable than just a house. But it's the double standards that drive me insane.
I have one word for you. Columbia.
I know it.
In spite of the earth.
We can't even spell rules down here.
Yeah.
Now we understand the heel for you, John. I've also been really, really fortunate to do several vacation homes for clients, mostly in the mountains, for people that just want it for their family. And it's sort of like a legacy property at that point. Like I talked that article about Cindy and John Souza, and he was diagnosed with a rare cancer and he's doing great now. He's in remission. But during that whole thing, they asked their little grandson, because they have a sweet grandson, and he's the center of their world. Now, Corbin, do you want to stay at the lake with Grandma and Grandpa? Or do you want to go to the ocean when we get to go on vacations? He's like, oh, I want to go to the lake. He was used to going to Bass Lake with them, to a rental cabin. So they immediately started looking. They found this really great piece of property right on the lake with the dock. You could entertain out there. I mean, the whole thing. And the cabin was quaint, but it really wasn't then. So we hired an architect, and he designed a bunkhouse and a gut job renovation inside. Took down a wall that separated the kitchen from the dining so you could see the lake, because you couldn't even see the lake from the kitchen. And then worked on that house for probably a year and a half to bring it up to snuff, but nothing in that house was untouched. And it turned out so pretty. And it's fun because she has this really big extended Italian family. They all come for holidays, can sleep up to 18 people. And originally when she and David decided to buy it, they thought they were going to rent it because they had always rented. But we got to the end of this whole thing and it was all styled and ready to go over Christmas. She's like, there's no way in the world I'm letting somebody stay here other than me. So it's really cute. It's really, it's nice just to see, because it's wonderful when people have a home that you finish for them and they love it. But something about a vacation home that they love is that relief, that emotional peace that people feel and what it means to them to have that perfect so they can enjoy it with their family. It's really, really rewarding. It's really fun.
That's cool.
Those places create these memories and they're all about fun, right? And what it really creates is tradition. You talk about it being legacy. It really does become that.
Yes.
And that's the magic I'm talking about. That's the magic you can't put a price on. And you start renting it, then it's just another property versus Disneyland. You're like, no, man, remember when we caught the big sucker fish and Sean hit me in the head with the bucket and just, it was magical. And you always played cards and grandma always made the same salad and like just these little things that made it your magical place. And I don't want to share that with anybody. No way.
No.
With the guy putting my chair in the shower and smoking on the patio.
Yeah, exactly. No. There's a house. If I was going to get another house, it would be it's up here in Northeast Oregon. It's Wallowa Lake. And they call it the Swiss Alps of the United States. It's amazing up there, but we're going to go camping up there here at the end of the month, which I love, but I can go up there and nothing changes. You know your sweet little places. I know where the fishing holes are, and you can just go up and have fun.
To find out more about the show, head to aroundthehouseonline.com. Don't change that dial. Around the House will be right back. Welcome back to the Around the House show. If you are new to the show, check out our newly expanded website at aroundthehouseonline.com. Now let's get back to the discussion with Wendy Glaister about vacation homes.
I can go up there and nothing changes. You know your sweet little places. I know where the fishing holes are, and you can just go up and have fun. And there's something that even for somebody like John and I, both of us here that are ADHD people, it's still a great relaxation point, even though we want to keep busy doing something. It might just have a fishing pole in our hand, trying to get the fish out of the lake versus something else.
Yeah. And I think the world is so unpleasant. It's so nice to go somewhere to expect and you have things to look forward to. I mean, that is a covetable experience for all of us right now. So it's a treat when you have that kind of opportunity in your life to do something like that.
Yeah, one of the smartest things we did on the beach house was that we put in a heat pump water heater that has a internet connection to it. So we can turn that on to just barely keeping the water warm and then turn it over into heat pump mode when you get ready to head out. So in a few hours, it'll be warm by the time you get there. And you're not heating the water the entire time. And the same thing with the HVAC. We can keep the humidity down mode and keep it in the 50s or 60s or in the 70s or 80s in the summertime if it even gets that warm. But you can save so much energy with just a little bit of smart home technology. It can cut those power dip bills down by 2/3 if you manage it correctly.
Or a tankless water heater on propane.
Yep.
Not that you would take an endless shower, but hypothetically speaking, if you needed to wash the stress of the week off of you, you could stand there and let that thing beat on your neck as long as you want, and you're not going to run out. It's a luxury, and it's also really nice because, again, you're not heating that water all the time. It's just an instant thing. So it's more energy savings.
I get that. Yeah, we put in that little beach house, we put an 80-gallon heat pump water heater. It probably uses $75 worth of electricity for the entire year. You'll never run out of water in that thing because with 80 gallons that's in that tank, you're not going to do an 80-gallon shower. That's not going to happen.
We just take cold showers down here, or we just wire it right in the wall and there's a little heater in the head.
I'm not using your showers down there, Johnny. That's sketchy.
Chicken.
I know it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of jumping into the shower with a bare electrical connection next to it. No thanks.
It's fine. If you see it smoking, then you just get out. You're like, oh, okay, yep, wires are hot. It's fine.
Goodness.
What are some of the challenges that you run into with this? Because if you're designing for a client, you're usually designing for a client and their family and extended family. So you have to make things a little more universal, don't you?
Yes and no. I think it depends on the homeowner's perspective. Some homeowners say, this is my cabin and I'm going to do how I want and my family can come and enjoy it, but I'm not doing it for
I like the barn, it sounds like.
Yeah. And then some clients say, I'll do anything to get my kids up here and I want to make it just right. And so we go to great lengths to make sure that personal interests and hobbies are all accommodated for. If there's a foodie in the family, that impacts the level of appliances and the way we approach the kitchen. If somebody loves to do yoga or Pilates or workout, then they have floor space, mat space, things like that.
They can go on the deck.
Exactly. But it's fun. I mean, it's just neat to see the level of consideration that people want to give to their family if they want to come stay, or even to their friends. So like a personal example for me was when my husband and I were looking for this cabin. We looked for 3 years. And just like our home, I really believe that God protected us from ourselves and many things that would not have been right. But this cabin was great because it had a master bedroom and bath on one end of the cabin. And on the other end of the cabin, this darling little guest room and a bathroom just across the hall. So it's almost 2 suites. So you can have friends and they can have their own space and do their own thing and not feel put upon or too mushed in. And everybody can just enjoy their time there. And I think if you're looking for a vacation home for the first time, that's the most important thing. It's okay if it's ugly because we can fix ugly. That's not a big deal. But if the structure is sound and the floor plan works for what you want to achieve, then that's a good deal. Yeah, and then you can really customize it and make it yours. And if you want, you can do it in phases, or in the case of some of my clients, you just blow the whole thing up and just start over, which is also very fun. Even in Cindy and David's case, the upstairs that's the master suite out there. So it's a giant bedroom. It has this beautiful view of the lake. We gutted the entire closet and bathroom and surrounded the entire thing in windows. And then we put a full roof over their upper deck. So even if it's pouring or it's snowing or whatever, there's this beautiful heated upper deck with a fire pit and they can go out there and enjoy it. And they have a little refreshment center with a coffee maker. So they don't even have to go downstairs if they don't want to. They can just hide upstairs and enjoy the view. And that's, I think, the joy, honestly, of a vacation home, because you can get away with stuff in a vacation home that you can't at home. I mean, even the color palettes. I love a moody color palette, but I don't think I would do very well emotionally living in a deep, dark green cabin all the time. But when I go to the cabin, it's fun to see, and then I can go home and it's lighter and brighter. So even decor, like you can go total, like Ralph Lauren feeling country estate cozy, or you could do Native American feeling with all those beautiful rugs and baskets, and it not kitschy, but definitely more pronounced style than maybe you would typically do in your everyday house. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. To me, if I'm going to have a mountain cabin, I need to have a vaulted ceiling.
Yes.
Of some kind. And then I need it to look like it came out of a Pendleton wool catalog.
Yes. Me too. Yes. I love it. It's so fun. Very fun.
To me, and John will know this, up here we have these real popular in the 70s and 80s, those Lindale cedar homes. Remember those, John?
Yeah. Yep. Pass them every day.
And it just gives that cedar feel around everything. And if that's not a mountain cabin, nothing is.
Yep. Yeah. The way you decorate a home does change your mood in the space. And I think when it's a true retreat, second home, vacation home, that you can play with that a little bit and work on how color affects your emotion, how color can calm you down, how changes in lighting can affect you through the day. All those things do come into play in a place like that. And
whiskey.
A little bourbon here.
I mean, let's just cut to the chase. Let's cut to the, I hate that dark green. After 3 whiskeys, you're like, I feel so good in this dark green room.
Exactly. You're
so
stealing
funny.
my lines, John. You're stealing my lines.
Because I know you, brothers. Because I know
I
you.
know it.
It's cute because that cabin that I did for Cindy and David, their son, so they're sweet potato farmers, and their son didn't really want to go the farming route.
Awesome.
But he did start a distillery. So he makes sweet potato, vodka, gin, whiskey. And there are those beautiful bottles at the cabin. It's on display, and it's so pretty. It's cold. You have to find a way to stay warm up there. It's practical.
Medicinal is what I say.
Yeah, it's for the warmth. That's what I used to say. No, I'm just cold.
Yeah.
Every day, all day.
Every day, all day. Exactly. And it's 80 degrees outside. Yeah. Wendy, it's interesting too, designing for spaces like this, because designing a kitchen, it was one of the things you always had the challenge of working through on vacation homes, because designing a cabin for 4 people is way different than 24. And how are you going to cook and serve and all that kind of stuff? So
that's called
there's
a
lot
lodge.
to that. Yeah, it's a lodge at that point, right? In a commercial kitchen almost, because one dishwasher, I don't know if you're going to even get the place settings in there. Now you're running 2. So you putting 2 of those in there, or some kid next up for hand washing dishes night?
No. Paper plates, son. You're at the cabin.
You're at the cabin. Very true.
Where's that oilcloth gingham check? People gonna stick out there under the pine trees, right?
To find out more about the show, head to aroundthehouseonline.com. Don't change that dial. Around the House will be right back. Welcome back to the Around the House show. Now let's get back and wrap up this conversation about rental homes with Wendy Glaister.
And if you're not there to help them, it's almost mean. The one couple that is totally off grid though, it's more like camping, and they like that. But I like the cabin because of many reasons. One of which is the tankless water heater. It lets it flush real good. Washer, dryer, the pretty lights, the comforts of home are there, but not the stress. So that's the big change maker for us when we go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I always make fun of that. Let's go camping. And then somebody expects the Hilton. You're like, we're not at the Hilton. That's the other vacation. This is the vacation where you shower with the hose out of the camper, and it's okay. It's fun. Enjoy it. It's experience. The internet thing, I would say that becomes a personal discipline where you're like, of course you want internet, right?
Yep.
But if you go there and you just act like you're at home and work the whole time, that's on you. Just because you have internet, just because you have it doesn't mean you got to use it, but it takes the anxiety out of it. If I do want to look up something
absolutely. And I got to give Elon Musk and Starlink a hand for that. They have done a great job of putting in internet in places that it was never designed to be.
Yeah.
Be thankful for that. That's at my house because I'm in the middle of the boonies. It's harder to get internet at my house than at my cabin. So crazy.
Wow.
It's absolutely insane sometimes where it's like, I can get it here, but I sure can't get it here. And it's just depending on where those locations are. There were some really nice people up there that spent a lot of money getting internet in for their cabin or for their country store or whatever that's up there.
Yes.
And everybody else in the neighborhood gets to benefit from that.
Very thankful.
Yeah. You see that a lot here. I mean, not to compare here to there, but same on the coast. It's like it's a bunch of money to get internet to that 4 streets or whatever.
Yeah.
In the mountains where I was before, same thing. You're like, so they do a lot of sharing, right? It's, luckily Bill paid $1 million to get internet way up this mountain. And now everybody pulls off that same, but until somebody takes the first punch, it's not there.
One of the things I think people have to start thinking about too, because we're seeing this now on the West Coast and we're sure seeing it here, is our summer wildfire seasons. We are starting to really lose power in areas where they're turning it off for a week or two because, well, those power lines go through the fire area that could be an hour and a half away from you, but you're up in the mountains and they shut that line down and your power doesn't go. So you kind of need to take into account, okay, What do I need power for? Do I need to have a generator there? Because it's no fun if you're spending a week at the cabin and you've got your very awesome propane instant hot water heater there for your tankless, but there's no power to run it.
Yes, I have personally experienced that on many occasions, and it is quite a disappointment. And yes, I should put in a generator. A lot of our neighbors really have. You end up with a long list of all the different things that you need to do to make it the perfect place. And the cabins that I've done for clients, there's always a generator that can run the whole house. Always. Yeah. And honestly, it's also to make sure that the water pump works so they can turn on all the sprinklers if something were to happen. Water down the roof and water down the area around. So those things come into play as well. You never want the water to be totally turned off.
No. That water can really mean the difference of if you're up there of keeping the place standing or losing it to the fire, which gets interesting as well. We've had these big fires up in Spokane, Washington, where it took out 600 or 700 homes up there. And there was a guy, he was the only house in the neighborhood that didn't burn down. And the reason why he did it is he saw the fire coming and he literally ran water, a sprinkler on his cedar deck for 6 hours because he just soaked the cedar deck as wet as he could. And he had burn holes. It looked like somebody put a cigarette out on a couch on the cedar deck. But the cedar didn't catch on fire because it was soaked enough. So even a little bit of water can do some amazing things. And he had some damage, but it survived. And it was the only one that survived. But he used that water in the cedar to work to his advantage.
He's thinking, see, I knew there was a reason I didn't seal the deck last year.
Right? There's a solid argument. I learned that with our buddy David Applebaum's house that he did down in Pacific Palisades. When he did that, he used all the Class A fire-rated stuff to meet building code. And when the fire came through, it sure didn't matter that it was a Class A fire deck and siding. It just got overwhelmed. So those are things you have to take into account when you're doing something, whether you're in a city or in the cabin in the woods.
And then everybody has the different rules too. So again, you have to kind of look up the county rules about how far going to be from the structure, how close does it need to be to the energy source, are you going to use propane for that, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I mean, the little ones, you just use diesel, but
yeah,
really.
The other thing is too, is plan ahead. If you're in a wildfire area or a forest fire area, they are now making systems out there that will turn on automatically. They will sense the fire and all of a sudden the sprinklers come on. So, or you could turn it on remotely via an app. So you can actually go into defensive mode without having to be there, which is probably the safest of all situations. Yeah, look at that. That could save you money with your insurance and everything else. So it might be something good to take a look at as a defensive mechanism for your house.
I look at it and say, buy a boat.
He's not behind
no rules, no wildfires. Nah, just peace.
Yeah. What are some of the best advice you can give to people that are out there just buying their first vacation home, whether it's the cabin, the beach, or anywhere else that they want to be?
Number one, don't rush the search. Don't get desperate because this is something that you really want and settle because you'll regret it. And there's not a lot you can do about it once that transaction is complete. Number two, pay attention to the inspections and make sure that it's structurally sound. It's very easy to fall in love with a pretty, charming place that's just absolutely darling. And then you get the reports back and termites have eaten it to bits or something has happened. You just say, oh, well, we can fix it. It's going to be, no. Do not. Just walk away. That is your flashing neon sign to say, keep looking. Don't get impatient. Again, the thing that we talked about before on layout, is it really going to accommodate the way you want to use the space? Are there separate areas? Do people have room to really enjoy being together, but also places to retreat? Things like that are really key. And then also just, what's the kitchen like? And can it work the way it is? Or will it require thousands and thousands of dollars to? So I was really fortunate. We put in an induction cooktop and a brand new sink and faucet and black granite counter because it can withstand anything. But relatively speaking, in the grand scheme of life, that was kind of a lipstick fix. And it works great and everybody can use it and it's easy. But sometimes, like what you said before, if you have 24 people coming to your cabin, my little kitchen would never work. So try not to get carried away with the romance of the idea of the vacation home. And try to be practical when you're actually looking to buy it. And then you can inject the romance with design and all the different pretty things that you could add to it. But just make sure it's standing tall and firm and straight. And then it'll accommodate your family or the dream that you have for it there.
Well said. Well said.
That's half the fun anyway, is making it yours, doing all those different things.
Got a blast on that Cannon Beach house. Same thing. It had a little 1-car garage that we converted into another bedroom. It went from a kind of a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And that was the biggest change on that place. And we put the lipstick on the pig for now, but I sure don't want to put a brand new kitchen in that thing and make it into a rental and get it hammered where people aren't going to take care of it. So that kitchen's going to be great for its rental time until we decide to dig into it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I think a lot of times people are on the fence. I have clients that are considering a vacation home, but they're just not sure. But I think until you've spent some time looking or until you've spent some time in the area that you're interested in, truly vacationing, you won't really know if it's a good fit. So it is worth investing that time just to know for sure if it's something that will satisfy your soul and make you happy.
Nice. So, Wendy, if somebody wants you to design their vacation home, how do they track you down?
Wendy Glaister Interiors, Glaister. I'm on the web. I'm all over. And it'd be great if you went and follow along our fun design adventures. Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Wendy. This is always fun. I always like jumping on these new topics that we haven't talked about. John Dudley, you have a lot of experience in this with rentals and stuff, so great to get your opinion on here as well, Mr. Landlord.
Mr. Buy a Boat.
Mr. Buy a Boat. Absolutely. No question.
Or a
All
bus.
right, guys. Wendy, thanks again. And for John Dudley, I'm Eric G. You've been catching Around the House.
Let's turn a frown upside down. Don't be a stick in the mud. Grab your buddy, grab your bud. Take this good time and turn it up louder. No one ever talks about the nights they went to bed counting them.
Producer Jim here with a challenge. You've got a phone in your hand right now. I know you do. So open your podcast app, find Around the House with Eric G, and smash that 5-star review. Takes less time than picking out paint, and it helps homeowners everywhere find the show. If it's funny, we might even talk about it in the show. Rate it, review it, share it. Done? Great. Back to Eric.